Hey Aries, welcome in or welcome back to Midnight Morning Readings. Thank you for viewing me today. We are here to do your general reading, which is good for all signs for the month of June. So we're going to start off by seeing what your overarching energies are and then start seeing what the messages are. So cornucopia, angel of balance, strategy. It's all starting to come together. The plans that you have been working on, what you've been trying to put in place, it's all starting to come together because you're starting to see it not only come into fruition, but you're also starting to see things come in at more of a steady pace. It's not push, push, push as hard as what you have been doing. You're you're it's you're coming in at a more consistent speed is what I'm hearing. So let's see what else is going on with your energies, Aries. Thank you. Energies for Aries, please. Energies for Aries, please. Thank you. Anything else? On the bottom of the deck, you do have a broken heart, but here's the angel of balance that is coming out, as well as the angel of strength and victory. Okay? So whatever it is that you have been working, if it is a broken heart that you have been working very hard to get over, or it doesn't necessarily mean, when this is a broken heart, that it specifically means it is a lost romantic love. Okay, it could mean you're coming out of you're grieving for the passing of a loved one. It could be the loss of a pet. It could be anything that you hold dear that you are grieving or sad because you have lost them in some way. It could also be the anniversary, the first anniversary of the passing of somebody as well. But whatever it is, you have come full circle, is what I am feeling. That we never truly get over, our grief for the loss of a loved one or a loved pet or um, any type of loss that we have. It just changes. Okay. And so, it might be the anniversary, it might be a remembrance, it could be various different things. But whatever it is that is impacting you right now has helped push you because you're seeing the angel of balance, the angel of strength, and victory. Okay, that are here. So there is something out of that loss that you have had has helped push you into a very steady direction. So maybe some of you might have really dove into work, right? You're burying your feelings with work, and you've been trying to use that as a means of compensating, to try and help deal with the grief. Some of you may have decided, you're just going to start running or walking, and as a means of trying to deal with your grief, whatever it is. But it has come back full circle to where you are realizing that now that you are coming almost up and out of air, up for air, you're realizing that you are starting to feel better, both spiritually, emotionally, and physically. Okay, because you've also got community, blossoming abundance, and the fifth chakra, which is communication. All right. So you might be also getting to the point now to where you're ready to start talking about the loss and talking about your grief, or talking about how it has helped strengthen you as a person, however that is. But I'm seeing that this has helped push you into a very positive, very strong direction. Okay, so on the bottom of the deck for your challenges and your influences that's going on right now, following your vision, have the courage to be free. This is reflective of that victory energy that was coming out, to where you're feeling like you're coming out on the other side. You've been swimming, like the Suez Canal or the Panama Canal, and you're trying to come up, you're getting to the other side and you're coming up for air, but there's something that is still holding you back a little bit. Rising above the dark days of life, you can see the light, you can see that bridge, you can see the other side of it, and something is holding you back. There's just a little something that is holding you back from possibly moving forward. So let's see what other challenges and influences are going on for you, Aries, right now. Anything else for Aries? Enter your temple of truth. And I think, and this really gets to the heart of the situation of what's going on with you this month, Aries, is you're standing, if you look, you see the woman standing outside the temple. She sees the gate, she's walked the path, she's climbed the mountain, she's ready to go in, and she's hesitant about wanting to go in. Not necessarily about what she will find, but it's almost that final phase, that final step of acceptance of something. And I think that's where you're at. You're almost like, I'm at the point of no return. And I feel almost as if I come through this and I take this step forward, it's accepting what is. And, we all have those moments, but time goes on and time heals all wounds. So, it's very important to continue to recognize that if you are hesitant to do that, is there something else that you're missing? You are unique. A new strategy is required, and strategy was originally on the bottom of the deck for your energies that was there. And awaken all your senses. So what I was just told, Aries, what came into my mind is you're afraid that after you come into this state of acceptance and you are actually going into this so-called temple of truth, and you're coming to self-conversation and realizing, here is where I'm at, you're almost afraid that you're not going to have a direction. Your purpose is not going to be there anymore. And what you're going to find is it isn't the fact that you are no longer going to have a purpose. It's the fact you're going to find your purpose renewed in a different way. It doesn't mean you're forgetting. It doesn't mean you're losing the memory forever. It means you are using that energy in a very positive way to move yourself forward. Okay? All right. So, let's see what is going on in your most recent past to be able to help understand where you are at in your current energies and the current messages. Diving into a task. I told you this the very, very beginning of the reading, that I felt as if maybe you dove into work and you were working all kinds of you were working hard on a project, or burying yourself, burning the midnight oil as a means of trying to deal with your grief. Okay? And see, now that time is coming to an end, and now you're trying to figure out how, what am I going to do? And there is an inner peace that comes with acceptance. Okay? You've got a sacred contract, movement towards a balancing act, and you had the angel of balance that showed up multiple times. And Spirit is coming through. Spirit is saying, the time of hard grief is over. It's time to accept what has happened, and move on with your life. Okay? Living in the ruins of the past is not going to serve you to move into the future. So let's see what else is going on with you just in your most recent past to help understand where you're at today, Aries. Messages, most recent past messages. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, courage to step into life. People, I cannot make this up. Okay? This is what we just talked about. This is confirmation of the message that is coming to you from Spirit, Aries. You are in your time of healing, of acceptance, and that is part of the healing process. You need to move forward with your life. You need to move into living for yourself and not living for something else or for somebody that has passed. Okay? Living in the past or living in your grief is not helping you move forward with life. Okay? So this is Spirit coming through saying your time of hard grief is over. It is time to start stepping into acceptance and start having the courage to step into life. You can see the storm coming out of the heart, okay, of the bird that is in the picture. Okay, it is time to start living again, and this is where you were you were at in your most recent past. So you've been working to try and cross that bridge, or you have come to that realization, and you're in that transformation because they gave you spiritual narcolepsy. Okay, meaning, okay, you in the last several months or year, or however long you have been in this state of grief, okay, you have put your spirit, your energies, your connectedness to nature, you've put it to sleep. You have buried it so that it isn't coming through, so that you aren't feeling anything and you aren't getting those sparks. Okay? And it's time to pick that up and let that start coming free. So you also got repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Okay? Repairing the body, mind, and spirit. It's a detox. Okay? This is where you have been at. Okay, to lead you into your current message, into your current energies. Okay, this is what you have been doing, is coming out of that state of grief, that state of mourning. Okay, so they also gave you the gestation period and adaptability. And this is the energies and the messages that is starting to move you into your current state of where you are today, because you have the victory, the angel of strength, the angel of balance, okay, the community. You are recognizing that where you are at, it was time for you to start healing, to move on, to come back into life, to come back into where you need to be today. So let's see what is going on. Let's get some clarifiers for your most recent past messages, Aries. Okay. All right. Couple of clarifiers, please, Spirit, for the most recent past for Aries. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. So the first card out is your second chakra. This is your sacral chakra. This is where your passion and your sexuality and your creativity all resides in your sacral chakra. Okay, so with this coming into your most recent, something has lit that spark. Something has pushed you to do that detox, to come out of that state of grief into the state of healing and letting go and stepping back into life, because you got the Eight of Swords. You were trapped in your own head. You're trapped in fear. You were trapped in fear. You were stuck. You are so afraid to move forward out of this state of mourning, out of this state of grief. You were so afraid to move forward that something happened recently to help give you the push that you needed to step into life. This is what I'm feeling is coming in and what is leading you into your current messages, Aries. So let's see what else is going on for your current messages. Okay. Commitment is being tested, adjustments, which you had adaptability, and taking time to breathe. Okay. Coming back out of the state that you were in is not easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're going to spark back 110%. A little bit each day, and you will continue to grow. So let's see what else is going on here. Current messages for Aries. What's going on? Current messages for Aries, please. Current messages for Aries. Thank you. Current messages. Anything else for Aries? Anything else for Aries? Thank you. Anything else? Okay. The bottom of the deck, again, here it is. Take time to breathe out. Okay? You're holding your breath. Okay? Don't let your past hold you back. It's cards on the bottom of the deck. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay? All right. Aries. The end of a tough cycle approaches with a full moon in Capricorn. The full moon in June is a full moon in Capricorn. You are getting closure. You are making the transition of giving yourself permission to step back into life. Okay? You've been holding your breath. You've been testing the waters. Let it out and take the step forward. Don't let the past hold you back. Okay? This is where you've been holding your breath because you're still trying to hold on and bridging that past into the current, enter into the current messages. And Spirit is saying, it's okay. It's okay. Yes, we know it's scary, but you are strong enough. You have the angel of strength. You are strong enough. You are stronger than you realize. Okay? Believe in the impossible. This is the blue moon card in the deck. Okay? You are stronger than you realize, Aries. It is time to believe in yourself. You can do this. And surrender to the divine with the full moon. What is interesting, okay, is there was only one moon card that popped out that was specifically tied to a sign, and it is Capricorn. And the full moon in Capricorn is happening this month in June, about the third week, somewhere in there in June. Okay? Aries. This is the time for healing. This is time for you to take your step forward. Okay? If you are questioning whether or not now is the time, it is time to step forward and let that breath out and trust that it's time. So let's get a couple of clarifiers here for the current messages. Thank you. Anything else? They gave you one clarifier, but this is a significant clarifier. Okay? I love the image that is depicted on this card. This is the Five of Wands. Okay? Now, if you look at this card very, very closely, there are two ways, actually probably more than that, of ways of looking at this card. If you look at the bottom of the chasm is a river. Okay? So the question becomes, Did you just climb the chasm to get to the ledge? And now you are looking at this and saying, I just climbed this entire chasm. This little side step, this little obstacle in front of me is nothing compared to what I just did. Okay? Or are you going to look at it from the other perspective and say, if I try to jump this break in this bridge, am I going to fall down the chasm? And I feel the way that you are looking at this, Aries, is you just climbed the walls of the chasm to get to the top. And you're looking at this and say, this little break in this bridge is nothing compared to what I just did. And that's where I think you're looking at this. The major obstacles and challenges that you have had are gone. Don't look at little things that come up as here's another challenge. Look at it and say, this is where I've been at. This is nothing. I can overcome this. Okay? So let's see what is coming in for you, Aries. Light on the bottom of the deck. Okay? Light. All right? Nothing but light. What is lost is always found. Okay? You're finding yourself coming together. It's all coming together for you, Aries. It's time for you to take that step forward into the light. It is time for you to come back out into the world and start living life. All right? So incoming messages. Thank you for Aries. Anything else? Message for Aries. Incoming. Thank you. Anything else? Bottom of the deck. Divination. Nature signs, transformation. And this is where you are at. You're coming full circle, Aries. This is what I feel. You're coming full circle. All right. You've got nature signs and divination. And this is just confirmation that as you are coming in, it's going to be important for you to continue to start coming out and getting out into nature, because you're going to start receiving those signs, because your spiritual narcolepsy is over. All right, your spirit is awakening, and it's going to be very alert and very alive, and it's going to be wanting to receive everything that it can. And so you're going to start getting a lot of these messages that are going to be coming in for spirit. So it's going to be very important that you go outside, you take in nature. You're going to get a lot of signs because they gave you the journey and healing, and you had light on the bottom of the deck. All right. You not only are on this journey, you're moving into the next phase of your journey, which is healing, because you're coming out into the light. Wow. Very, very strong. Very, very powerful and strong message from Spirit this month, Aries. So let's get any other clarifiers. Thank you. Anything else for Aries? Nope. So they gave you the Three of Cups, which is about celebration. It's about rejoicing. It's about everything coming together, because they also gave you the third eye. This is your sixth chakra. This is your gut. This is your intuition. This is where you start interpreting the messages that are coming in from Spirit. And with the nature signs and the divination, this is where it's going to be very important for you to go out and continue to be out in nature and to keep those chakras open, because you are going to start seeing and receiving those messages from Spirit. And you're going to start seeing all of this positivity and this light as you're going through this healing process. So for some of you, this is definitely resonating as a lost love or a romance or some other type of relationship. So we're going to get a message card from Spirit that may resonate with you as far as that is concerned. Thank you. So the card that they gave you, very interesting and very appropriate, is Steady Climb. Okay, you must go higher to get to where you want to be. And this is talking about the climb that you have already been on. It's not saying you have so much more farther to go. It's saying now it's time to steady the climb out. You don't have to feel like you're climbing and you're getting nowhere anymore. You're actually starting to climb and get out and move into life. Okay, so for some of you, you may resonate with this in some way as a career or a finance type of situation, to where you're feeling, um, like coming back into the workforce, or, maybe you left the workforce to stay home and take care of a loved one that may be passed. And now you're like, it's time for me to move on. It's time for me to get back in. So we're going to ask Spirit to give us a message card for you. And this is very interesting and appropriate as well, okay? This is transition. And this is where you're at. You're coming into that light. It's a fresh start. It's a renewed sense of purpose that you are having as you are navigating back into the world. Okay, Aries? So we're going to get one final message card that will help tie this entire reading together for you before we wrap up here. Okay, so one final message card for Aries for this reading, please, Spirit. Thank you. And it's very appropriate. The Oracle's Gift. And this is Spirit's gift, Spirit's message to you to help you on your path to healing and in stepping into the light. This is definitely a journey that you've been on, and it's one you're going to continue to go on. But you've hit a major, major transition phase right now, Aries, and you're actually moving into a very steady pace right now of light and opening yourself back up to the world so you can start healing. Very positive, very encouraging message this month, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helped in some way. Please feel free to leave comments down below, and I would be grateful if you would hit that like, subscribe, and share button on your way out. And we will see you back here next time. Take care.